Hello everyone, and welcome to my next video for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, in which we are going to be taking on the Garnet Intersecting Wills event, and I am bringing along the DFFOO God Squad, albeit a slightly different version of it because we don't have access to Reigns on account of the fact that the enemies can't be launched. So, we're going against a triple enemy wave of antlions. They are Final Fantasy IX antlions, and they behave like them too, because the first thing they do when you jump into the quest is they spew a fucking sandstorm at you, and, well, they don't quite reduce your health to 1 HP, but I mean, it's pretty damn close, alright? But, on the other hand, the HP requirement is so exorbitantly high, I think it's like fucking 55,000 HP damage, that if you have a healer at all, you're probably going to be fine. In fact, if you only have one synergy character, you're probably going to be fine, because you don't even have that much health to lose in the first place. It's absurd. But I'm not complaining. It's definitely much better than the contrast, the absolute opposite, which was like the fucking Deuce Lost Chapter Chaos or whatever it was, where you had to complete it with literally 0 HP damage. That was obnoxious as fuck. Mostly because it was against Count Steam. I'm sure everyone out there who's been playing for long enough has enough PTSD from Count Steam. Okay, so these antlions. Yeah, they pepper you with sandstorms. They will buff themselves, that gives themselves a frame buff. However, if you clog their buff bar full of like frame debuffs, they won't be able to buff themselves again. They can't cleanse themselves, so you don't have to worry about that. They don't warp their turns. They don't get instant turns. Pretty much it's just like a straight LUFENIA fight. You can delay the enemies, you can delete the turns, you can do whatever the fuck you want with them, as long as you can keep the orb going. They will, however, with their sandstorms, not only damage you, but also inflict a frame debuff on you, which will reduce your maximum health. But honestly, more annoying than the fact that it reduces your max HP is the fact that it clogs up a buff on your freaking buff bar, because you literally only get 6 of the goddamn things, and the enemies like have 8 debuffs that you can use. So it's not very good when you want Aphmau to use her LD, which is the whole reason I brought her here, and that's why I've given her the Unicall ability, so that she's going to be able to dispel you before she's going to be able to cleanse the party, before you use her LD. So you can actually get the free turns that you want. Let's see. I mean, honestly, there's not the LUFENIA orb for the enemies is that you inflict lightning weakness damage or water weakness damage, which obviously Beatrix, Garnet, and Twins are really good for that, but there are plenty of other options as well. And the enemies will also periodically go into a counterstance mode. I think it's at varying HP thresholds. And when they are in this mode, you have to hit them with an AoE elemental attack to turn it off. And you have to hit them with any kind of AoE attack in order to not get exploded. So hopefully they don't end up like that when Aphmau's about to get a turn, because if they do, that's going to be bad fucking news. Alright, so, without further ado, let's dive into it. I've got Odin, because the enemy is going to damage us when we start playing, and enemy defense is non-trivial in LUFENIA Plus. I know in LUFENIA defense didn't really matter, but just like in Chaos, attack and defense does matter in Luffy Plus, because if you don't have ways of dealing with the enemy's exorbitantly high defenses, you don't have defense debuffs like Faris, and you don't dispel the defense buff that they like to put on themselves, then you are either going to have to use attacks that ignore defense, conveniently enough like Beatrix here, or you're going to be fucking hitting 1 damage the whole time. So Odin is like a bit of a no-brainer for me at this point. I never thought I would prefer attack over bravery damage, but because we've got so many burst characters with like burst effects now that deal freaking bravery damage, like give you bravery damage bonuses, we don't really need to worry about that as much. We just need to focus on like straight up traditional attack. So what I'm going to do here is I'll use Faris to do the dispel, but you might notice that if you use her skill 1, because she had to dispel some stuff, then the debuffs on the end of here are not framed, and that means they are in danger of falling off. So I'm just going to use her LD straight away again, just so we get the debuffs on there, because I ain't about them getting buffs on their bar after this point. And the defenses and reductions do get kind of insanely high when their health gets kind of low, especially below 50%, right? So that's something I'm going to be watching out for. So honestly, here I am probably going to have Beatrix heal up. Well, first thing first is I'm going to have her use freaking Jack. Then I'm going to have her heal up, and I'm probably just going to swap her out with my friend Twins. We're just going to do all the damage. That's pretty much my game plan at this point. Like, you can use Beatrix and you can finesse it by using her Paladin's Protection or Holy Knight Safeguard, I believe it's called, to prevent yourself from receiving Sandstorm damage. But to do that, you pretty much have to Aphmau her so that you can actually charge her EX in the first place to use it. So, I mean, she's here as insurance and to dispel enemies and to do defense ignoring attacks later on. But for the time being, honestly, I'm just going to swap her out. And we're just going to do this. Because the only thing better than one set of twins is two of them. It's like Lloyd's logic from Tales of Symphonia. 2 swords are better than 1, 4 twins are better than 2, right? It's infallible. So we need to get rid of that pesky frame debuff on our twins over there, so that we're able to use Aphmau's LD. So I'm going to be doing that with Esena, and we can just LD straight onto twins. That's not bad, we do respectable damage. Of course, because of the lack of Beatrix's blue armor, we don't do quite as much damage as we normally would. Like, we would be dropping over 200k per dump, but sadly we have to settle for quote-unquote only 199k. But yeah, I mean, this is obviously not a budget clear whatsoever. This is might as well just think of this as a twin showcase, because this is literally their ideal use case scenario, with 3 enemies on the field. So they've gone into their counterstance mode, which is, no, it's fine, it's whatever, it is what it is. Okay, here comes the next round of Sandstorms. Complete with the delays along with it. I don't need to worry too much at this point. I can just heal up, I guess. I'll use skill 1 for the instant break. We have 1 turn of tactical switch left, I believe. Yeah, we do indeed. So I do believe it is burst time. Oh yes, the train just keeps on rolling at this point. So really, I mean, there's not much for me to say. You know how this is gonna go. There is to be no mercy and no forgiveness. Only Mega Flare. And fucking Ramu and Shiva and Titan and Leviathan doing what they do. So yeah, I know there's like, I really need to play World of Final Fantasy. I know like twins may not be to some people the most aesthetically appealing design out there. I actually think it's kind of unique because like among all the characters in Dissidia, twins most closely resemble what they actually look like in World of Final Fantasy. You know, like, I mean, they are literally Lilikin. That is what they look like. So I think twins and maybe Ketchi have like probably the most unique models in the game, I think. Wow, still almost 11 million brave damage even when we've got like 2 lots of twins. This is so dumb, and I'm using Aphmau as well. I'm not sorry, okay? I'm not sorry at all. These bastards, they fucking deserve it. Oh god, here we go again, Sandstorms again. Okay, this is the bit where we check that HP requirement. Okay, we do need to be careful not to kill them. We do need to heal a little bit here. Let's... Energy Nova. Get rid of the debuffs. Okay. And we can honestly just go into our skill 1 here probably for the instant break. Thanks to their rework. Oh, and surprise, surprise, we get a summon. Let's fucking use it. Gotta love it. I have to say, by the way, this probably wouldn't work out quite as well if we didn't have like the Jack debuff on the enemies. Because their defenses really do get quite remarkably high if you're not careful at this point. But of course, twins with burst active, just spamming their LD, they don't care. They really don't care, like at all. Very good. We're healed. We are sufficiently healed. Let us continue the orbital bombardment. Man, this really is just pressing buttons at this point, isn't it? Wow, how are you not dead? How are the enemies not dead? Oh no, dude, come on. Oh, this is so bad. Like, we're not healed enough anymore. Oh man. Don't do this to me. Alright, fine. Fine, you know what, I'll use a regular ass EX. So we do take some damage here. I'll just use the fucking Sonic Fangs. Right. So the next attack is definitively going to kill. So I'm just going to have the bravery attack here, purely so I can gain the healing. Alright, there we go. Imagine having to restrain my power level for these bitches. Oh well. What can you do, right? We're nicely healed now, so I mean this should be it. There we go. Simple. That's going to be the Garnet intersecting wills, and pretty much a twin showcase. So, not much to say there. Definitely not much to complain about. Pretty brain dead with this team. And yeah, that's like if you don't hate the twins design and you're on the fence about pulling for them, I'll just let this video speak for itself. So, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I will catch you next time. Until then, take care and goodbye.